today we're exploring what it's like to go on a writing residency. There is a lot of wind on Nobby's lighthouse, and whether I'm filming down by the beach or in a park nearby or on the walk up or even on the premises itself, if I'm not inside, there's going to be wind. So you're going to have a lot of wind noises. I did this starting October 20th, Monday through Friday. You're going to see me prep for it, you're going to see me pack for it, and then you're going to see me write for it. This is one that I paid for. The hours were 10 to 4 for 5 days. I applied, which I think is just then making sure that I'm doing something legit and not using supplies or whatever that are verboten. So I was accepted. And if you don't know me, hi and welcome. I'm Leanne Shawler. I am a writer and an artist, and today is the writing side of things, and we're working very hard on book 4 of a trilogy. This is the final book in the series for the Mordrecai Chronicles, which is a free serial publication over on Substack. It's projectstarfish.substack.com. Registration is free, and you don't even have to register to read it. Honestly, I'm sure the AI web crawlers have already picked it up. Anyway, so it is a Regency set, alternate history, fantasy romance with sea dragons, where the main characters go on a quest for Arthurian treasures to stop the world from collapsing ecologically. To save the world from ecological collapse. That's how that sentence goes. So that's what I've been doing. Oh, it's a puppy. Hello, puppy. Hi, sweetness. Oh, you're lovely. Leading in to the writing residency, I need to prepare for it. There are printouts. The location is out on a kind of remote headland, so you have to bring in your lunch and your coffee cup, and whatever you bring in, you have to take out again. So a garbage bag as well. I had the idea that I wanted the entire manuscript to date printed out, and I usually do that 2 pages on a single page, double-sided. That's 4 pages to a page, basically. So I could refer to it, see where the gaps are, and that kind of thing. And I did some calculations yesterday, and if I transcribe every day for 2 hours, I can get it done before I have to leave for the writing residency. So I'm going to try that. So you're going to have a little bit of writing transcription footage, and I will just update you as to whether I achieve those goals each day. For the residency, everything I bring in, I have to take back out again, and bringing in also includes lunch and snacks. So that's going to be that bag there. I'm not taking that. I am going to pack my planner and my Canon IB for the hotel for the first 3 days, and then they'll go home. This is what I'm definitely taking. I'm definitely taking my little Hobonichi pouch of word prompts. I'm definitely taking this book because one of the stories will be inspiration for several scenes that I will be writing for the Dragalis boys. It's already forming in my head, and I probably don't need this, but it'll be good to have to read before I start writing those scenes. This is out of, it's upside down. This is out of Book 2's lap book. This is the researcher's notebook. It has some scientific note-taking in here, so we're going to expand on that for book 4. So this will be making a comeback. And I just needed some details in here for when I switch gears and stop writing fiction and start writing fictitious articles about fictitious creatures. I know. This little pouch came off, I think it was Singapore Airlines. It has ink in the top in a padded plastic bag, and at the bottom has the pen and the other bits and pieces one needs for putting more ink and pen, like paper towel, etc. I have my entire printout of what I've written so far in here, plus the outline, plus examples of things like early 19th century pamphlets, advertisements, newspapers, etc. that I'll also be writing. And this is the new volume that I'll be handwriting in, blank pages ready to go. So these are the definite taking to go in this backpack. And I'll also take a couple of these, maybe some more. In here, I don't plan to take this on the first day up, but if I feel like sketching, I might take it up on either maybe Wednesday, perhaps. But I'm not sure on that. This is getting packed into the luggage. It's the library book I need to return. I'm going to do that at the Newcastle location. I don't know if I need an extra scribbly notebook, but it's small. And then here's the second book. There is a lot of history happening, and I think if I can tap into those events, it will be helpful for writing those scenes of Hugh and Gwen and Lothair and Jasper in London. But it's not exactly light. I don't fancy lugging that up and down the hill every day. I might leave it in the hotel, might come up on the second day, not sure. I also neglected to mention I'm packing a cooling towel because it's going to be hot. I need to carry water and coffee and snacks. So the additional books is not looking real good. So I think what I will do is I'll read this today to get inspired by it. It shouldn't take me too long, and then I will continue to take, I've got the Duke of Wellington book packed in there. I don't think I will be taking pens and pencils either. That is off the table now too. So now I just have to pack, clothes and stuff. I have the water bottle in. I have to wash the coffee thing. There's something might have been growing in it, like baby spiders. I know. So I am here at the lighthouse at the base of it. I'm waiting for people to show up. I'm a little bit early because I got all nervous, like it's the first day of a new job or something. So it's not too bad. Lovely day. It's going to be stinking later, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But it should be fairly nice out here on the point. Let me just show you some footage. Hello, I can't find a good place for the tripod. Everywhere is either in sun or wind, so note to self, talk to the camera in the morning when things are in the shade. So this morning, 6 pages, which is pretty good. We had a bit of a late start as it was orientation first, and we got to know each other. There are 3 other people here who are also doing a residency, 2 writers and 1 artist. And yeah, so it's going pretty well. I found my pen was already out of ink, and so I re-inked it, but I didn't realise I had to be really careful uncapping the ink pot because there was ink everywhere. Thankfully, I had a paper towel to hand, so it landed on my fingers. It landed on my fingers and on the paper towel, so all is good in that respect, but I think I might need a new paper towel. The view is very distracting, but in a good way. So I am writing a seaside scene, so it's actually perfect right now. So I'm going to go get back to that. I survived the hill. I might video that tomorrow. It is the end of a writing day. I'm out of the wind for the moment, so I'm just going to say 10 plus pages and a whale. Can't beat that. So I was stuck. I looked out the window and there was a whale just breaching. And then it went and then it breached again. So that was exciting. All work stopped because I called it out, of course. This hill is so much easier to go down than it is to go up. Just saying. So things are getting interesting. I think tomorrow we may be switching gears. I do need to figure out how to once again reunite our two main romance couples. Our main male lead and female lead, because I have yet again separated them. Maybe I'll reconsider and rewrite. But now, I wonder what that is there. She says looking. So I walked down to Nobby's Beach. And this is Horseshoe Beach just beyond here. Let myself out. Put the phone away for that. Or I might just now switch to Jasper and his quest. Which I think I need to write the sword thing first. But Jasper and his quest. Alright, so beautiful afternoon, it's cooling off. Look at those sand dunes. Just a really lovely first day of writing on retreat. Yay! There is some time before we go out for dinner tonight, so I'll be reading this for some inspiration for Hugh, Gwen, Ida Figure's storyline. I may have the wrong end of the stick with Wellington, but we'll see. I guess that is a big 12. Hey, it's day 2, Tuesday. I am sitting in a park near Nobby's Beach. You're going to hear some wind noise because it's going to be windy today. And it's unsafe. Please note all the sun safety things. I wanted to add a couple of things from yesterday and then talk about what's going to hopefully happen today. So yesterday, the alarm went off. It was a false alarm. Apparently, sometimes it just gets triggered. But it was a little disconcerting to hear that security style alarm go off. But all good. Didn't have to evacuate down the hill. We were able to get back to work within a couple of minutes. So that was the biggest drama of yesterday. Nobby's is a particularly windy area. The headland itself used to be an island. It used to be twice as tall as it is now, I know. It's very sad that the British decided to lop half of it off in the 1840s, 1850s, because apparently ships couldn't sail around it. It just sucked all the wind out of the air or something. Like, that might have been the First Nations, ancestral beings protecting this part of the world. So first we pay our respects to the elders who found this place sacred, and the people of the Awabakal people, and their leaders past, present, and emerging and future. I'm keeping that in mind every day I go to this space, because it is a sacred space. It has basically been destroyed, but it is still sacred. Local Awabakal people believe there is a giant kangaroo underneath the island. Every now and then it thumps its tail. I haven't heard it thumping yet, but perhaps this is earthquake tremors and that kind of thing, because this area does get minor earthquakes. We're talking like 5 point and below. But yeah, gorgeous day today. It's going to be in the mid-20s Celsius. So there's a beautiful southerly breeze happening, and so I think I'm going to start my walk to the headland, and I'll take you up the hill this time, I think. So I'm wearing these shoes that don't go with these pants because dunes. There is dune creep on this road. my view today, overlooking Stockton Beach and a lovely plum area. No one else is here yet, so I can talk in here. I have to go get some stuff that I left here and we'll get started. Forgot to add, I've also left some things up here in the lighthouse. There's a secure space to put things, so my container of papers stayed up here. My ink carrier stayed up here. I took my Parker pen with me, thank you very much. And then this stand that you're on right now, because it's kind of heavy. And I use that for my time-lapse, well, writing. So yeah, no one else has shown up yet. The heck, guys? Let's get going. All right, let's get going. I'll flip the camera so you can see the room that I'm in. All right, so I am back in the hotel room. This is our last night in the hotel room, and then for Thursday and Friday, I will be commuting from home. So big screen TV that doesn't do any screencasting behind me. So 19 pages, you guys, 19 pages. I wrote mostly for Ida Thea today. Actually, it was all Ida Thea today, which is great, but not from her viewpoint. Jasper and Hugh. From last night's reading of the Wellington book, I realised I got a few things wrong. Wellington, after his military service, joined the government and became a Tory and became very much an establishment man. And as an establishment man, he was, let's say, not disappointed in Peterloo. So he had no sympathy for the Weavers, he had no sympathy for the Luddites, was 100% concerned with putting the country first and getting them out of their economic pit of despair at the time. And so that meant that what I had written before this retreat didn't quite work because Wellington would not be that sympathetic to the cause of the spoiler, I almost said it. And so, yes, so that had to be rewritten. So I did that today. So that was like half a page, I think originally, where it just went bang, bang, solved, done, into 19 pages of text. So that's good. I'm not entirely convinced that I have done it correctly. Let's just say one of the chosen court is going a bit spare. Leyden has threatened to reveal the presence of the Dragai Moor, and that Ida Thea in particular is Dragai Moor. And this sort of like, as you can imagine, can be a little bit on the scary side. It's like, imagine, there are aliens living among us. That would, be a bit of a concern. And I think Wellington handled it pretty well, or to say, both Hugh and Ida Thea handled Wellington pretty well. So I think that's okay. I'm going to let it sit and rest. It may need to undergo some revisions. I do need to write about the actual reveal of the Dragai Moor a bit. Emotionally, that's kind of already happened with Ida Thea and Wellington, and so I don't think it is as important as when the public will find out. But yeah, not 100% certain. I'm also wondering if Leyden, as Lord Tregallis, is expected to sit in the House of Lords. I'm going to have to look that up. That's my research project for tonight before dinner. So I'm relaxing now, having my dashy water with wonky raspberries. I had the peach one the other day. It was really nice. And yes, the bag is already packed for tomorrow. It is going to be stinking hot tomorrow. There may, in fact, be very little in the way of filming. It's supposed to hit 37 Celsius, which is a lot. There's no AC up there, so there'll be fans on and hopefully windows open to catch a breath, or she might keep the place closed up just to keep the cool in from the night before. I'm not quite sure how Kath is going to handle that. The hill was a bit better today, but I was still very red-faced and out of breath. I have lightened my pack considerably. There was a huge packing list that the Lighthouse Arts people sent to us to bring our own stuff in. That was pack what you wanted to bring in and then take it back out with you. I'm able to leave a few things up there, which I have done. But the other part of it is that I bought a coffee mug, and I didn't need to bring a coffee mug. It's too hot for coffee. I've been drinking water all day, so I have my water bottle only. I brought utensils. I haven't needed to use any of the utensils because I am not making the coffee. The Wellington book also was an early jettison. I had packed that at the beginning of this video. It stayed in the hotel room. I've read it. It's now going to go back home in the luggage with my husband tomorrow, so I don't have to lug that back and around. My pack is much lighter. I have one tripod that I'm carrying with me so I can film by the beach, in a park, whatever, and the other one I left up in the lighthouse. I didn't have any exciting view today, but it wasn't too bad. I saw like the tops of big ships go past, which when you're on the top of a hill, it's pretty impressive. But I didn't get any video of that because I was in flow with my 19 pages. Tomorrow, my plan is to maybe wrap up the Ida Thea storyline for now. I figure out how my female romance and my male romance leads get together, and again, because I separated them 2 days ago, I will write that. And I also have Jasper, who I was supposed to write today, but research derailed me, and I wrote about Ida Thea instead. So we will do that tomorrow possibly as well, because that is going to be interesting. That's going to be a really cool scene. I'm looking forward to writing that. A series of scenes, actually. Until tomorrow. I never do one of these, but fit check. With the shoes that actually match the shirt. This is the coolest thing I had in my luggage, so I'm wearing this today for a 39 degrees Celsius day. Wish me luck, okay? It's not too hot at the minute. That's honeycombing. I learned about that in geology in high school. Hazy morning. It's supposed to be stinking today, but right now it is quite pleasant. So I was going to charge up the hill early. I might stay and enjoy the cool breeze. There's some flotsam. We washed down from the river from the floods we've had, but it seems to be all in the water at the minute, which is odd. Because we haven't flooded for a while. Maybe a really high tide. Who knows? And this here is my lighthouse. Oh, it needs a dune buggy. Oh, why do I cross over here in the night? Don't tell me it's a snake, please. I wonder what that is. That looks like a dog. And here's where it gets deep. I'm turning around. Feeling the calves burn. This is where I had to rest last time. Let's watch the ship go out. Shall I keep going? Oh, we did it. This is my room today. I'm not set up either, I just walked in. Beautiful view of the ocean. The windows are closed to keep the cool in from overnight. Not that it was that cool. And I have a fan, which I am going to turn on pronto, I think. I'm going to go wash my face and cool off. And then we'll get started. Why not? Well, here we are. My other person who's working today is not here yet, so just have to be quiet just yet. Still red-faced. Already splashed water on my face. Turn the fan on, you can hear that in the background. So my legs are going to stay nice and cool. It's hot. It's nice in the shade outside at the minute. The northerly isn't too hot, but yeah, so I think I discussed last night what my plans were for today. They have changed slightly. I want to go in and do a little bit of finessing on Ida Thea's stuff that I wrote yesterday. There is a sentence I want to include somehow. I think she didn't resist as much as she should have. So we're going to put a little more resistance in, and yeah, and then we'll move on to the romance with Lunid, because I figured that out last night as I was falling asleep. Maybe we'll get to Jasper. We'll see. Yeah. Have my water. Have my cooling towel. We'll travel. Okay, let's get to it. Onto my hat for dear life by the cord. It is howling. The sky is particularly ominous. Let me show you. Look at that. Thunderstorms predicted later today. This wind isn't supposed to ease until later. Look at that. Do I have to walk through that? Okay. I know, not the most flattering of looks, but I had sand in my eyebrows and sand in other places just from walking back. I just wanted to give you a quick update on today's progress. 13 pages, and they were a struggly 13 pages. Spent most of it on the romance and success. We have some falling in love people finally, yes. I did some rewriting from yesterday. It was just about half a page to cover that. Most of it was struggling with the romance, as I said, and I got started on Jasper, so it'll be Jasper tomorrow for sure, and then we'll see where we go after that. There is a whole section on the sword. I was thinking Layden might steal it again, but now I'm not feeling it, so perhaps not. Things are coming together, yes. Very excited about that. I will be commuting tomorrow into the lighthouse, and that's going to take a little longer, but it'll be good. I'm running a little late this morning. The train broke down at the station I get on at, so an hour later, and I'm finally here. Quiet on the beach this morning. There have been kids here the last couple of days. Alright, so the plan. I'm going to talk about this while we go up. I think I found the way forward with the romance. I have decided to jettison the whole Layden stealing the sword subplot. So Gwen needed something to do. And I've found something to do. So we'll do that today along with Jasper's story, see how far we get. As you can see, I am leaving the cottages. This is probably going to be still too windy. This whole video is going to be too windy to steal. 14 pages today. The morning was a struggle. Why was it a struggle this morning? I mean, romance is finally like, they're there. But there is, past history, baggage, shall we say. And of course, Leonard has doubts as to whether she's the right person for this guy. Oh, it's beautiful today. Stop looking at me. Look at the beach and the harbour. This is the biggest coal port in the world, apparently. And I started to write Jasper's thing, and I thought I had written the prophecy bit that, Lady Meredith told him. But I can't find it in my printout, and I can't find it in the book. So I either dreamt that, or I forgot to transcribe something. I don't know. I wasn't going to write it again. And maybe now I can write it now that I've written at least the beginning of it. And things are just falling into place. Like the whole spoiler, just trying to figure out how spoiler. God, this is helpful, isn't it? I have to sit down on the train on the way home and I figure out the order of scenes. Because I think... Right, well the wind got so bad I couldn't hear me, so I'm doing a voiceover of what I think I said. So I said, because I think it will be diverging from chronological order at a certain point. And really there's no surprise, as I'm pretty sure my first scene is already out of chronological order. And then it kind of follows like a 1-2 series. The colour of the sea, it's gorgeous. So yeah, very excited. Tomorrow will be Jasper. I haven't done any of the secondary sources, but that's okay. I'm getting the creative stuff done. The first 15 minutes of the train trip home, I was pretty brain dead. I'm like, oh, I can't even read. And then the rest of the trip, I know what I'm writing tomorrow. It's going to be Ondine. I'm going to edit something that I wrote today. Then we'll get back to Jasper. Or I may have to edit Idithea as well. Hopefully I remember to do that. Otherwise, I will catch it in post. So yeah, things really clicked together this afternoon and I just kept thinking about the story and now I want to write it. But dinner will be ready soon. And I think 14 pages is probably enough for one day, so... Good morning. It is my last day here at the writing residency and I have coffee. Iced latte with no sugar, so it's quite bitter. But anyway, so didn't sleep too well last night, and then when I did get to sleep, I woke up at 2:30 thinking it was 5 o'clock, and it wasn't. It was 2:30, and then I woke up at 6, and then I eventually got up. I'm feeling a bit brain foggy, even though I know what I want to write today, which will be go back and edit Lear. I'm gonna go back and edit Idithea. I will definitely write Ondine and return to Jasper because I wrote the bit that I know about and now I'm like, I don't know. I do know how it gets resolved, but the in-between bit, I'm not so sure about. Do you like my sunnies? They're very nice. It's so strange not to have any wind here. Nice. It's my last day. I'm feeling a bit sad about it. I'm not feeling sad about having to climb up the hill. They are having a fundraiser to get a new dune buggy. As you can see, we do end up walking over dunes because the dune has creeped across the road. I'm going to link to their Instagram account in the description below. Lighthouse Arts Newcastle or Newcastle Lighthouse Arts, something like that. And so if you are in Australia and you want to donate some money towards the buggy, so people of all abilities can make it up the hill. Including those lugging a ton of art supplies. that would be awesome. But I have managed to do the hill, and I wasn't as red-faced yesterday as I have been. Well, Wednesday was horribly hot weather anyway, and today it's beautiful and cool. I think we're in the low 20s, and I think that is somebody sneezing behind me. Oh my God. Anyway, so weird vlogging in public. I am in the park almost all by myself, but I see people walking behind me to go to the beach, so as I'm here extra early this morning, and I don't need to be up at the lighthouse until 10, and you're my clock, so I think it was 9:15. I went right for half an hour, except I don't have a pen. I left all my pens up at the lighthouse. Maybe Notes app? I don't know, which means I can't film it because I just had the phone as my camera. So maybe I'll just go sit and look at the beach. Look at the water for a while. And then I can just dive right in, rehearse those scenes in my head. Ondines needs some working through. There's a lot of conflicting feelings there, and yeah. I can't wait to get to Gwen's line. It's hilarious. I had definitely jettisoned the Layden stealing the sword idea because he just have a reason to, really. Because I think he might think that what the Tresson Court have set about to do is done, but it's not. Look, they've cleared the road. That's going to make today easier. Yay! 9.5 pages this morning, and I'm not ready to go back to work after lunch. You stretch. That's Stockton Beach over there. That's where the seals supposedly are. Yeah, last trip down the hill, and yeah, mask is back on. I'll show you why. 18.5 pages today. I'm waiting at the light rail for the next one. I just missed it. I have to look up how to amputate an arm in 19th century. Does it have anything to do with me trying to figure this out? Yes, it does. Well, it's the day after. I have written another 4.5 pages this morning, first thing. That happened. On the way home on the train, absolutely exhausted after yesterday. Going down the hill into a full southerly breeze was just insane. The wind was quite strong and my legs got a serious resistance workout. Whew. I have just finished writing down some thoughts, some reflections on doing this writing residency retreat thing. Would I do it again? Yes, absolutely. Hands down. Would I do it again next week? Yeah, I would actually. I sort of do need to come back now to the real world and back to real world responsibilities, like volunteering, making dinner, that kind of thing. I'm really thrilled with how much writing I got done. It's 80 handwritten pages. If you bear in mind that a normal writing session for me is 4 to 5 pages, and that's usually over a couple of hours in the afternoon, that's a lot. So I learned that my prime writing times for future me is 10ish to 12, and then 12:31 until about 3:30, and those were the times where I just wrote. People left around me and I didn't even hear them leave. That's how deep into this story I was. Some very traumatic things have happened, but we've sorted out Idothea, we've sorted out Jasper, we've sorted out Ondine, we've sorted out the main romance. Third base was achieved, shall we say. Went all the way, actually. I loved having that dedicated writing time, the ability to concentrate. I only listened to my playlist once the whole week. The rest of the time was ocean noise and the caroling magpies. The person who coordinated it was just absolutely lovely. It was great having a chat to her in the morning and in the afternoon. She always checked in on us to see how we were doing as we arrived and as we left. And then again at lunchtime too, she would stop her work and come and join us, which was great. Throughout the week, there were different numbers of people there. I think the smallest number was just the two of us. That was the two of us doing the residency for the whole week. The other option at Lighthouse Arts is to do 1 day a week over a period of a month. So people changed every day, and some were happy to chat and some just wanted to keep their heads down and work. And that was all great because I also wanted to keep my head down and work, but wasn't afraid of a chat either. Another highlight was spotting whales out the window. I got stuck, I think, twice this week where I just couldn't figure out how to move things forward. Some pieces moved slower than other pieces, like the romance culmination was very carefully written. It just had to flow just so. But otherwise, there was two other places where I got stuck, and I looked up. I had the ocean view window that day, full whale bridge. The whale was all the way out of the water, huge splash, massive creature. Wow. And then there was a lot of, whale breath happening as well. Challenges, getting up that hill every day was quite the challenge. I was getting better at it by the end of the week, but I was still very much out of breath. Still needed to pause and have a bit of a sit, or walk very slowly and then have a bit of a sit. Still needed to run cold water over my wrists and splash my face because everything was just hot there. So that was hard. I mean, it was a great workout, but it delayed the beginnings of my day because I had to go cool off and stop being quite so flushed, etc. One of the other things I loved was that dedicated writing time immersed me in the story world. And when the day was over, I was still in that story world because I had to walk down that hill and then another 15 minutes to the nearest public transit, and then from there, either back to the hotel, which was the first 3 days, or home. And going all the way home, which was 2 and a bit hours, sometimes a little less if I managed to make that last connecting bus. And that gave me plenty of time to stay in the story and think. So this writing session this morning stemmed from the commute home yesterday because I was thinking about Ondine and how what I had thrown at her was resolving and what she was going to do, and whether or not I could actually redeem the bad guy. I think I have. Although that's actually still a work in progress. He may turn out to be revolting after all, which Ondine's just going to have to deal. But going forward, I think what I need to be doing is trying to stay in that story world. Which is going to mean some changes for Substack, at least. That monthly serial that I plan to start and have actually done the first episode of for the second season, I'm going to put on hold until this is done, which means it will come back sometime in the new year. If, honestly, at all, it doesn't get a lot of traction. If you love Horiath, the monthly serial, you need to tell me because I am madly in love with these Modrogai Chronicle characters and it's just great. I can't wait to get to the Arthurian epic after that. And then I've learned on this writing retreat that I need to stay immersed in the one story world. Otherwise, I have to take the time of coming back into it, falling out of it, coming back into it again. So it takes me longer to get immersed into that place where the characters are talking to me or just telling me what happened. I'm writing it down. Because we've travelled together now for 3 books and I know them pretty well and they're continuing to surprise me. So my focus going forward is to get book 4 continued and finished, which is good for you. So my thought is continuing to take Sundays off, obviously. I have days through the week where I have real world responsibilities and obligations. I have to exercise. I'm not going to go up hills like Nobby's Lighthouse, but I will be, exercising. I have my art practice that I'd like to continue. groceries, making dinner, house cleaning, you know, that kind of thing. Connecting with family and friends, speaking with my husband. He probably would like that. No, he's a very good reflecting board when I get down the hill. So those are all things I want to continue to do. So I'm going to try writing daily, even if it's just a little bit. It's not going to be 4.5 hours a day, which I think is what my 10 to 4 eventually worked out being. No, it was closer to 5. About 5 hours a day of writing. I can't do that every day of the week. If I can spend an hour a day, which is what my original, an hour and a half was what I was doing on a good day. But to spend a day, like I'll take myself to the library and write. The library might be a bit quiet. I might need to find some sort of ocean noise or bird song, but we'll try the library. And if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. But to get back immersed into that story world again and to stay there as much as possible without completely losing touch with reality is going to be an interesting balance. But it seems to be something I need to do going forwards in order to stay in the story, keep the surprises from me coming. So I'm thinking maybe first thing in the morning, like yesterday I had this really great idea, just write it down first thing in the morning, because I thought about it for most of the night, didn't sleep well as a result. Get that next part of the story down before I get on with the rest of my day. And then afternoons do work well for me. So if I write from 2:30 to 4 in the afternoon, if I had time to write for that long, do that. So that's the plan. So hopefully the creative flow is going to continue to flow. It's going to be chef's kiss. And then I'll get to transcribing it. But 80 pages handwritten is just... I surprised myself with that. That, I suspect, is probably about half of a Grail for Thea, would be my guess. Just based on the number of words I typed up in preparation for this, written half again in a week. I don't know when the next writing residency for me will be. Maybe I'll try somewhere different, so you have something different to look at besides Nobby's Head and magpies and missed whales. So we'll see. You will see. You're going to be my accountability partner in this. Am I going to manage to write for almost every day except Sundays? Am I going to manage to do it twice a day versus once a day? Am I going to manage to find a day in the week where I can write 4 to 5 hours on this project until it's done? I don't know. We'll find out together, and so we will continue the end diaries next time. Past me, I know, filmed an outro, so we'll do that now. And we'll see you next time in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it if you were interested in this video. If you would like it, and subscribe, comment any questions about the residency below, including the fundraiser, if there are any questions about that. Don't forget you can read this all for free. This Regency set, alternate history, fantasy, romance, with sea dragons and in the search of Arthurian treasures to stop the world from ecological collapse. I know I said that at the beginning, but it's been a while since the beginning and you may have forgotten. Again, thank you for watching. Next time, well, I don't know when I'm filming next time, probably back to regular day-to-day life and how I'm reintegrating my writing back into normal life instead of this special week away. We'll see you next time. Bye!